Hey, it's James Phillips, 931-217-7648. I want to talk to you today about a story or something that happened to me when I was a prosecutor with 2nd Brigade for the 101st Airborne Division. So while I was a prosecutor and we were overseas, there was two soldiers that had been wounded on the perimeter of the airfield at Mosul. And one of them was shot in the leg, and the other one was in a place where he wasn't hurt, but he had basically saved his buddy, and they were heroes, and one of the guys got a Purple Heart, and they were sent home because of what had happened to them in Mosul. And once we all got back, one of the things that had happened is the guy that got shot in the leg, he had stayed with his platoon sergeant, stayed at his house, and while he was staying there with the guy's wife, he had actually started sleeping with her, started driving the guy's truck. He put a license plate on the guy's brand new truck that had a Purple Heart, which was what he had gotten for getting shot in the leg. And one of the things that happened is the other buddy who had not been shot but had saved his life got kind of mad at what was happening. And as he was watching his platoon sergeant get messed over, because he was also back, he had basically decided that he knew more than what had come out. Now, the soldier that had been shot in the leg, he was separated. He was under a medical evaluation board. He was getting VA benefits. His life had gone on. He was basically, the platoon sergeant's wife was now divorcing the platoon sergeant, was going to marry him. All this stuff was going on. He was a, walking combat hero. But the guy that was back basically had a story to tell. So he came in and he talked to me and he talked to the prosecutors that were related to this case. And what he told us is that there was a plan that they had devised where the two of them were going to shoot each other in the leg so they could both get Purple Hearts. And what they were looking for was to be combat heroes, to be able to go home, get VA benefits, and get out of Iraq. So when the guy comes in and he's talking to us, he's basically telling us what happened between the two. And one of the funniest parts of it is that when they were basically aiming at each other's legs, the one guy takes the first shot. When he shoots that leg, it's a nightmare. The bullet goes in, creates a huge wound. He's screaming, crying, blood's coming out of his leg. And the other guy was like, no way, I don't want any part of this whatsoever. And so he changes the plan and decides that he would rather just walk without a limp and be okay instead of getting shot by the other guy. And so once we found this, we had to figure out, okay, this had happened, and now we've got to figure out how to stop this thing. And so what we did was we pulled the soldier that had been shot up off of terminal leave, brought him back in, prosecuted him for this, took away all of his benefits, and made him live with the fact that he'd shot himself in the leg. And that is one of the craziest stories that I know of what happened over there with two guys that were just dumbasses. So give me a call, 931-217-7648.